Exclusive. Urgent call for Thames water intervention. Labour and Green MPs demand special measures amidst looming public bailout. 30 Labour and Green members of Parliament have issued a strongly worded letter to Ofwat, the water industry regulator, demanding the immediate placement of Thames water into special measures. The open letter, addressed to Ofwat's chief executive, David Black, expresses profound concerns about the escalating financial crisis at Thames Water and the potential for a costly public bailout, urging decisive action to prevent a catastrophic outcome for both the company and its customers. The MP's central demand is that Thames Water be subjected to the Special Administration Regime, SAR, and undergo a comprehensive restructuring under stringent public oversight. This urgent intervention follows Thames Water's recent approval to secure a substantial £3 billion loan, a move the struggling company claims is essential to avert the immediate threat of nationalisation. However, the MP's letter vehemently challenges this approach, arguing that such a massive loan, burdened with a hefty 10% interest rate, would inevitably inflict a significant financial strain on consumers. Their calculations reveal that the £800 million in interest payments alone, accrued over the 5-year loan term, would translate into an additional £250 burden on each household. This substantial increase in costs comes at a time when the debt servicing component of Thames Water customers' bills already constitutes a considerable 28%, a figure projected to surge by a further 31% this year. The letter paints a stark picture of a company spiraling towards insolvency, with its financial woes directly impacting the pockets of millions of consumers. The MP's letter highlights the inherent unfairness of forcing ordinary citizens to shoulder the financial consequences of a corporate crisis that stems from years of mismanagement and a lack of regulatory oversight. The letter directly challenges the current government's stated position that nationalisation is not an option and firmly advocates for more drastic measures to address the fundamental issues within the water sector. The ongoing financial difficulties at Thames Water are symptomatic of deeper systemic problems within the water industry as a whole, the MPs argue, highlighting the need for systemic reforms to prevent similar crises from unfolding in the future. They question the efficacy of the current regulatory framework and propose a far more robust and interventionist approach. The MPs' concerns extend beyond the immediate crisis at Thames Water, encompassing broader questions of corporate governance, regulatory effectiveness, and the long-term sustainability of the water industry. The letter serves as a powerful indictment of the current system, calling into question the competence of both the company's management and the regulator's ability to prevent such situations. The call for SAR and public oversight represents a bold attempt to wrest control from a seemingly failing private entity and safeguard the interests of the millions of consumers who rely on Thames Water for a vital public service. The MP's letter underscores the growing unease surrounding the future of water provision in the UK and the urgent need for meaningful reforms to protect both the public purse and the vital service provided by water companies. They call for a thorough investigation into the financial practices of Thames Water, demanding transparency and accountability from both the company and Ofwat. The underlying tension between private sector management and public accountability forms the crux of the MP's concerns. The letter suggests that the current balance has tilted too far in favor of private profit, at the expense of consumers and the sustainability of the water industry. The £3 billion loan, if approved, would exacerbate this imbalance, creating a situation where taxpayers effectively underwrite the financial risks of a private company, while also bearing the brunt of the subsequent financial burden. The MPs explicitly highlight this as an untenable situation that necessitates immediate intervention. Their call for special measures is not merely a knee-jerk reaction to a specific crisis. Rather, it is a carefully considered strategy aimed at rectifying systemic problems and preventing future occurrences. The letter underscores the need for a paradigm shift in the way the water industry is governed and regulated. The MP's action represents a significant escalation in the ongoing debate surrounding the privatisation of essential public services, and their bold demands signal a growing movement towards greater public oversight and accountability within the water industry. The implications of their actions will be closely watched by industry stakeholders, regulators, and policymakers alike. The success of their efforts will hinge on Ofwat's response, which will be crucial in determining the future of Thames water and the broader water industry landscape in the UK.